Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Thank you for joining, being present and here. May you feel loved, blessed, prosperous, abundant, peaceful, grounded, rooted, and safe. Hope that you are doing amazing and well on this wonderful Monday or whenever you are watching this. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. My name is Latisse. I do readings on here, as well as you can book readings with me down below, as well as check out my podcast down below, and or just offer a love donation if you feel the reading so moved you to. Okay, with that being said, done, copied, and created, let's get into this reading. Crazy enough, hilariously enough, I wanted to pick a card, but the way the spirit did it, they separated the pick a card up to shorts. So I was like, okay, we want things a little bit differently today. I like that. We're moving, we're changing, we're shifting, we're doing new shit. Um, but I wanted to go in here and do a money reading or a career reading or finance reading, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Monetary gain reading, wealth reading, and get that situated. I'm going to pull some major overall themes, and then I'm going to pull from my own personal chart to just see if there's a deeper understanding if we need one. Okay? So, Spirit, what is going on with the collective two funds? I'm hearing two separate energies, which is different than two separate piles, right? It's almost like two separate energies within yourself. And you're trying to figure out which energy best resonates with you and which way to go. So let's see what's going on with those two separate energies. Yeah. What's the first one? I'm hearing the first one is where you feel like you are. Oh my goodness. Sending y'all so much love because, yeah. And the next one is where you feel like you want to be. Thank you. I know y'all see this card, right? I'm not tripping. I'm hearing Spirit Axe, do you self-sabotage a lot? Do you feel like you're not worthy of a lot? And so you put yourself in stressful situations, in hard situations, or, oh my God. I'm seeing somebody go to there's like a school trip and somebody's going to like a candy shop with the school or something. And the kids run around and you see a lot of kids picking certain things, like the same thing essentially. But you want something else. It's a little bit more expensive. But they told you when you got in there, the teacher told you get whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Get whatever you want. And you see people getting stuff, and you see it's at a lower price, and they're all getting the same thing. They're getting different stuff too, but you see they're all getting mainly, in this area, say. It's like a cheap area. But you're over there, you're like, I want the king size. I want the big stuff. I want what's behind the bakery. Something like that. And it's like you cause a lot of confliction within yourself because you feel like, well, I know they said I can get anything I want, no matter what. And what you think you're being considered about to them, you're not. You're not. You're denying yourself when you were already given the go ahead to get what you want, to get what you deserve. I said, but I told you to get what you want. Like, don't worry about that. I figured it out. I got everything handed. Don't worry about that. It's done. Don't worry about it. But when you get in there, you see what everybody else is doing. You're like, maybe I don't want to. I don't want to be too expensive. I don't want to be the one that got that. But it's what you wanted. And so I feel like you kind of lead yourself to this confliction because I was only trying to get one card, but the two separate energies have come out. And you got two separate cards. The energy for where you think you are now and or where you are now is the Five of Wands with the Five of Swords. You are in a mental fight with yourself. You're not only in a mental fight, you're in a physical fight with your body. You have become so reliant on outside society that you don't even realize you're getting in the midst of a fight, of a battle, of things. And you don't even realize that the reason that they're choosing that is because they possibly don't feel worthy. And I feel like you give me Leo energy, so you can have Leo in your chart where you don't realize that you have this authoritative leadership energy just already within you. And so sometimes you try to go with the crowd, and if everybody knows Leo's going with the crowd, it doesn't work out well. It really fucking doesn't. You're not supposed to, honey. You're the fucking sun. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to help. You're supposed to lead. You're supposed to guide. And I feel like when you shrink yourself, when you dim your light to try to match, it's almost like, how do I think you, Spirit? Say you were to go in a candy shop, get those big candy bars or get the pastries or the cake from behind the bakery, and they see that you're paying for it, right? Or they ask you like, why are you getting that? Like, da-da-da-da. And you can just say, they told me I can get whatever I want. So I'm getting whatever I want. And that, when you saying that, with you acting in that mindset of I can get whatever I want, is removing that confliction, that fight within yourself, that betrayal within yourself. I mean, like, they say I can get whatever I want. And so now everybody's like, oh my God, you're right. I'm so used to going to the store with this person, or I'm so used to having to use my own money that this is all that I can get. They did say that we can get whatever we want. And so that leads and that inspires people to recognize their own worth within themselves, their own value, the gifts and blessings that they are able to accept. But when you start moving in a faith like, okay, I can't. It's like when I'm seeing that one show where they were like trying to get a scene on Saw, and the girl, she wasn't really like bigging up herself, like, oh yes, like I did it, da 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 da. She was like, I don't want to seem too happy with the wins that I have been getting back to back. It's like you're in a competition, first of all. You have to be excited about your wins because you did what you needed to do. You did what needed to be done. And so you have to be excited about that. You have to be happy with those things because you did that. You accomplished it. And so I feel like there's been a lot of mental conflict that shows out in your body of you denying yourself of things because you don't want to be seen in a certain way or act in a certain way, because you feel like if you were to do that, people will see you as a braggart. People will see you as condescending. People will see you as a show off. You feel like that is what people see you as. You feel like that's what it is. And so when you decide to join in on the fight of like, no, I can't have that. I'm just going to get what they're getting. Or no, I can't do that because I really want to do it this way. My soul, my spirit is telling me to launch my music this way, to create this way, to set things up this way. But people have been in this business for a long time and they say that you can't do it this way. They say that, and it's like, and that's causing you to be in conflict with yourself and with others, to delay yourself, to deny yourself. But if you realize that 5 is also about change, growth, expansion, your spirit wants to change. And now your body and your mind is conflicting, like, yeah. We can't. And so now spirit is asking you, can you? Do you want to? Will you? And so you have to realize people will talk shit either way it goes. People will talk shit either way it goes. I'm seeing that little girl that played Annie. She was the black girl that played Annie. Just a little fucking kid. And for some reason, everybody was talking about her. Her hair, the way she dressed, she's annoying, da-da-da-da. So what is wrong with y'all? First of all, grown-ass adults, a lot of grown-ass adults was doing that. And it was like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? But guess what she was doing? She was living her dreams, her career, her life, that she was just being her. A lot of people loved it. I loved that movie. I enjoyed her. I didn't see that. A lot of people felt inspired seeing. but there were still people talking shit. And so it's like, with that energy coming in, you're recognizing people are going to be doing it anyway. People will still, even if I was to buy the big candy bar and the teacher pays for it, there were still people like, see me, I just went to the cheap bin. They trying to, they're spending all their money. It's like, because I said that. They said I can get whatever I want. If there was a limit to what I could get, they would have put a limit on me. There is not a limit. And I feel like with that is the universe, is your ancestors, is God, whomsoever you put your energy and belief into, is saying, you can get whatever you want. You have to start operating in that. Because even with the Five of Swords, it's like you're cursing yourself. No, I can't do that. No, I'm not deserving of that. Or no, I have to do it this way. Or da-da-da-da-da. You're cursing yourself almost. I can't put myself out there. It's not ready yet. I don't have all the right tools. Or, I don't know all the right people. What? What does that mean? What does that mean? Because you know what I say? Ain't nothing new under the sun but how it's done. You definitely can have some Leo energy. So once you tap into that Leo energy, that fire energy, that solar plexus energy of vitality, of living out your purpose, you realize people will try to deny you that at all points and times, whether you're on their side or not. Because the new energy that you truly want to step into is the Hierophant energy and the Two of Wands energy. The Hierophant energy is about looking at things in a new way, in a new realm. It's almost like the Hierophant is the spiritual card of this deck. A new spiritual profoundness, a new way of thinking. And the way that they describe the card on this deck, and they say this is like the priest praying over the city, and the doll is the religion in their pocket. They have religion in their pocket. They can always rely on it. And so you have to have faith when you're sending up prayers, or when you're posting, or when you're moving, or when you're journaling, or when you're healing, when you're doing these things, when you're moving as your true self, authentically. Whether you're scared, nervous, whatever, when you start moving in a way of being like, they said I can get whatever I want, I'm going to start getting whatever I want, you're realizing that that's faith. That I'm worthy of these things, that I'm acknowledging the work that I put in, that I'm acknowledging who I am, the compassion, the love, who I am. But when you were denied, I'm going to just get what they get. I'm going to just get what they, now you're going so far outside of yourself that you're just accepting when anybody is accepting. And so you're planting new seeds of wealth, of abundance, of truth, of acknowledgement with the Two of Wands. You're like, you know what do I need to change in the way that I'm thinking? How do I need to set things up? This girl, she pops up every now and again on my Instagram feed, and she's like, day whatever of me sitting in a bar with my cakes. And she just passes out slices of cake at the bar. She hands out her card. And then like, I want to buy the cake, the whole cake. She's like, you can't buy the whole cake because obviously she's using it to give people samples. But here goes my card. And so instead of her, trying to go away, like I gotta set up a vendor and do this, and then she's just like, I'll just take my cakes and pass out samples. There is nothing new under the sun but how it's done. If you truly are trying to go after something, if you truly are trying to create something, build something, allow yourself to receive something, you have to be like, what can I change that aligns with me? What can I do? What seeds can I plant in my life? For a long time, I was like, I'm not an artist. I'm not an artist because I don't know how to paint. I literally used to associate artistry with painting because I don't know how to paint for a long time when I was a little kid. And then in art class, in like ninth grade, or was it sixth grade? No, it was ninth grade. In ninth grade, where I took my art class, there was people painting, doing chalk pastels, airbrushing, taking fabrics, cutting. I was like, artistry is everywhere. And then that made me think the way people can create dances, that's art. And so even that expansion of me not limiting myself to be like, if I'm a creator and I'm an artist, everything I do is that. And so you're recognizing what seeds have I planted that need to be uprooted, and what seeds have I already planted that need to be watered. I'm hearing rotate the ground that it's currently in. New environment, new mindset, new energies. Because I feel like when you limit yourself to only doing things one way of how you always see it done, you're never going to get the way that works for you. Right? Page of Swords coming out here. You're thinking of new ways. You're being more inquisitive. You're asking more questions. You are putting yourself out there. You're in the magic school bus energy. Making mistakes, getting messy. Because you have the Hierophant energy with you. Of self-acknowledgement, self-awareness, having faith in the unknown, in the divine, in the seeds that you're planting, and you're realizing, I don't like when I'm fighting with myself. I don't like when I deny myself of things that I'm worthy of. I don't like accepting things that are less than what I am. I don't like that. I don't like listening to people that don't even know me, that don't even understand me. I don't like just doing things because society is doing them. And you're realizing I can be a rebel with a cause, and the cause is me. The purpose is me. My acknowledgement is me. So you're taking on a new direction for yourself and for your life. You've been working with your ancestors recently. For some of you, we have the Seven of Pentacles coming here. Sorry, the Six of Pentacles. You've been working with your ancestors recently to get a lot more insight, or just working with, I'm hearing you've been looking at your old journals, or you dug in the back closet for your old, like, I'm hearing like CD, like old pictures that you took, like a photographer maybe. But there's something where with this Six of Pentacles, hilarious, 5-5, exactly 6. Six of Pentacles, you're recognizing, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been believing in myself for a long time. And you're probably like, but when you were hesitant, let's just use the example again, when you're in a store, you're hesitant, like when you were walking back there, you were walking directly to where the candy was or where the cake was. The hesitance of maybe I should or maybe I shouldn't. That was you. That was that acknowledgement of the belief in yourself. And so you're recognizing, I'm giving offerings to myself. That's time, that's intention, that's research, that's creating, that's managing me. And not by society standards, but by my standards. Because the universe, because God, because my angels, my ancestors, they said, you can have whatever the fuck you want. And I feel like for some of you, they've been putting a lot of people possibly on your feed, or just having random people come and talk to you, or just things in that, where they are living the life that you want to live, or they have the things that you want to have. And you're recognizing, instead of being like, dang, how did they get that? How do I? You realize, oh my God, I can have that too. I can do that too. I can set that up too. The number one thing in all fields, whether you are a music creator, a content creator, an artist, a dancer, singer, the one thing that every rule gives you is consistency. You have to be consistent with it. So you are getting more consistent in your self-love practices. You are getting more consistent in feeding into yourself, listening. You are getting more consistent with your questions and accepting the answers. You are getting more consistent and putting yourself out there. You are getting more consistent and pushing the bounds. That is consistency. Because when you are consistent, you have to show up. You have to be present. You have to be there. Something has to give. That's what I've been saying to myself recently. Something gotta give. But with this Pentacles coming in here at the bottom, with the Page of Swords, you are finding new ways to get money. You are finding new ways to get opportunities. You are finding new ways to get abundance. It reminds me of, I love Rara. You think I'm spicy when I'm not even spicy? I'm just, and she, I let her song, and she just keeps doing the song over and over again. You notice how when new artists come out, they like, why do they keep playing the same song over and over? Because new people have not seen it yet. New people have not acknowledged it or heard it yet. You don't know who has not met you, who's not seen you. And I feel like it's also yourself that you have to realize that too. When you start living for yourself, you inspire yourself and that inspires others. So when you were going straight back to that candy bar, you were kind of hesitant. Maybe I shouldn't. And your spirit is like, girl, this is what we want. And we literally manifested. We was literally hoping when we got here today that we were going to be able to get this. So why would we settle for getting something just because everybody else is settling? Or possibly, who says that maybe they wanted that? So when you start living yourself for you, having faith that things are going to work out because you have been working and making sure that it works out and doing what you need to do. I'm getting the flavor of a blue slushy. I have not had one of those in years. Yeah, I'm getting the flavor of a blue raspberry slushy. And it's the one, I'm from Minnesota. We used to have a place called SA, Super America. And they used to have some of the best slushies there. Oh my God, some of the best slushies. They had a lot of good shit. Anyways, I'm getting distracted, but I'm getting that flavor, this old nostalgia flavor. So there's something in your childhood that they want you to reflect on as well. That's why I brought up the school. There could have been an incident in school where you just kind of went along with things. Or in your childhood where you were just told, go along with things and make it a whole lot easier. Just go along with it and make it a whole lot easier. But it was really making things hard. Really making things hard. And I'm hearing like you could have got offered something because somebody's seen your talent, you didn't audition. And you were like, no, I didn't take because I didn't audition. But they're like, no, we want you. We see in your work. But you feel like you have to do more work than the work that you already done. Hey, I mentioned you because I know that you did this. And it's like, what? You don't have to do more work when you're consistently showing up for yourself. Being yourself. That will always be seen 10 times more than when you're blending in. Than when you're just accepting things. You make you stand out. So you're coming into terms with that. You're coming into acknowledging that. You're recognizing, you know what? I may not have been at this job for that long, but I'm applying for that motherfucking job. I don't need to be here for a year. I don't need to have tenure. I'm applying for that motherfucking position. Because my work has proven itself. Who I am is proof enough. There are so many people that are like, I just DM the company directly. I ain't got no agent. I just DM them and they wind up working with me. When you are the proof of your work, of your love, of your passion, of what you truly desire, and it's that will always be seen 10 times brighter than anything. Because people like people that can speak and vouch for themselves and be themselves. Because they know that once you go on, like, it's kind of like those people be at the company for years and they have like a system that's theirs and they keep it theirs. It's like a stenographer. Photography, the people that are in the courtrooms, they literally write, they have to create their own language of writing. So that way only they can read it back. Only it can be deciphered by them. So that way it has no bias or anything. It's just exactly what happened. It's in their own language. But they're going to need to call that person back if they need to recall the statements. What did it say? What did we say? They're going to have to come to you. Or the people that create a whole entire system of coding. And it's like, if this person fires me, everything else will fail. You have to recognize that that is your value. That is your worth. Not because other people are saying it or because of what other people are doing. No, because you know who you are. You've been putting in the work and the depth. You've been working with spirit. You've been working with self. And that's leading to abundance. That's leading to wealth. Any final cards? I say take the one from the top. King of Pentacles. This is literally somebody that has a business know-how. They are proficient in business. They are actually proficient in math. You don't have to be proficient in math, but I always say I'm really that good at math, and I know when my money is short. And so that's kind of how you're moving with the King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. We are currently in Taurus season as I'm filming this. Yeah, we got a few more days left in Taurus season, but we are currently in Taurus season when I'm filming this. Taurus is about wealth, luxury, and abundance, but it only comes when they're being themselves. When they know what they deserve, when they know what they're worthy of. And I always like to point out, the King of Pentacles may only have one pentacle, but he's the king. He's the fucking king. He doesn't need to do anything else. But he's a leader. Like I said, this Leo energy, he's a leader. You can have Taurus in your chart. Leo is really coming up really strong. So look up where you possibly have fifth house placements, 5-5. Fifth house placements, Leo placements, Taurus energy for sure, but a lot, it's like this Leo energy, this solar plexus energy, where you really have to recognize that your sole purpose is what's going to feed you. So you could have been having issues with your stomach, with your gut, not really wanting to eat. Take some ginger. Ginger is really good. I'm going to eat some sushi. Said I'll eat some sushi, I'll get my ginger that way. Y'all funny as fuck. But King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. If you think about Venus energy itself, it's always fucking there. You can see Venus in the morning and at night. It's a little bit harder to see at night, but you can definitely see it. But it's always there. It's always present. You will always see it. It doesn't need to hide. It doesn't need to do too much. You know what it is. And when you think about Taurus and Libra energy, or the Venus energy, once they show up as themselves, opportunities fall because it's love. Venus energy is about love, wealth, luxury, but also Venus energy is a warrior, protecting what you have, knowing what is worthy of even being around in your environment, in your company. That's why Venus and Taurus, Saturn don't get along that much sometimes. So Saturn return could be very significant for you. But you're recognizing that. I don't need to do too much. I already have what I need. Me. I'm in every factor and asset in my life. So you're like, no, I can't just DM them. I can't just walk up to them. I can't just request this. I can't just... Mommy of the scissor story. Where she was like, I was just, posting, and the next thing I know, I'm on tour. When you show up as yourself, people want to be around that because it inspires them to show up as themselves. Whatever risk that you're thinking about taking, I had this card for it. Is that? No, it isn't. I don't know why I thought it kind of looks like the city is on his hat, but it's just the city behind him. Where's that? Oh my God. But if you've been thinking about doing something for some time, and you're like, no, but that's not the right, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta have this first, I gotta da-da-da-da-da. No. Just take that leap. I've sent a many a DM. Sometimes I don't get response, sometimes I do. Sometimes people DM me like, when you come to Mexico, we got a seat for you. And I'm like, and it's just because I've been sharing and just doing. So it's opportunities that come by you just being you and you putting yourself out there. And if you are working on rejection, things that are so recognized, you reject things as well. When you recognize, if I can reject things, people can also reject me. And if it's not what I want and I'm not what they want, that means I'm getting closer to what I do truly want. Any final cards? I don't feel like it. Yeah, no. You're coming into wealth and abundance. Remove the internal confliction with yourself by trying to fit in with society, or trying to do what society wants. You're going to have to disappoint people, or else you're going to be disappointed. You're going to have to live for yourself, or you're going to have to be living for other people. You're going to have to do for yourself, and you're going to be doing for other people. You're going to have to put yourself out there, or else you're going to be putting other people before you. It is time. I haven't been in the game. I haven't put grunt work. I have to suffer because you suffered. It's like those parents that are like, I ain't doing this. It's like, I thought you decided to create your life this way, so that way your kids didn't have to struggle. But it's like, they're going to have to learn. You don't think there's any other way that they can learn? There's no other way that they can get an acknowledgement of being empathetic and understanding and kind. They gotta struggle, they gotta go. So it's like, no. You're tapping into this King of Pentacles energy. That's what you're planning. I'm wealthy, I'm abundant, I'm prosperous. You go look up some stories of how many people just DM random brand deals like, hey, can I go look it up. I'm one of those people. I just be DM. Can I? Sometimes I get no. Sometimes I don't get no response. Sometimes I get hit me up in a little bit. Hit me up once you got this certain amount. And sometimes I'm like, yes, once you come here, yes, or da. And sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. But if I don't put myself out there, I'll never actually truly continuously activate knowing my worth. And also I've left places where they kept trying to, yeah. And it's just like, oh, you don't need to work too hard. You just need to work intentionally and consistently. Take that risk. Do what you need to do. Okay? I love you. Love yourselves more. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Again, check out the readings below. And until next time.